Been a week to remember in American politics, one that's somewhere far down the road. Historians will pore over what was said, why it was said, how in the name of baby brain cells certain people could possibly say such things while a supposedly human brain cell was in motion. And when it was all said and done, how convenient it was for the boldest double killer in history that his most telling line ever uttered was swallowed up by all the political rhetorical nonsense and buried. Seriously, when O.J. Simpson's quoted as cracking jokes about the alleged discovery of a knife on his old property that the conspiracy wax immediately blew up as a possible murder weapon that was kept from prosecutors for decades, and Simpson's comment is reportedly, quote, "If the knife is rusted, I can't be busted," unquote. And we're spending time talking about a candidate who touts his good brain. People, let's get our priorities straight here, shall we? Priorities such as tweets from the fan base. Why not? From Raggedy. Here's somebody who gets the hate-driven speech not being exclusive to Donald Trump. If your opponent doesn't agree with what you say, your speech is divisive only for the left bullies. From Mary King on Trump basically canceling Monday's debate. Bad idea. He does what he wants. Screw the rest of what we the people want. And somebody who gets it. Excellent show, Hardline. Some things we don't agree with, but that's okay. One thing we both see, fair and consistent, and you are. There you go. Now, thanks to editor Christina Hunting, let's get to it. Close out the week. The massive amount of babble. Rock on, true believers. We'll see you next week. Here's the political punching bag.
We have something happening that actually makes the Republican Party probably the biggest political story anywhere in the world.
We are now a nation where people hate each other.
Go to Auschwitz. Go to
We are now seeing images on television we haven't seen in this country since the 1960s.
It's a little disruption, but there's no violence. There's none whatsoever.
Responsibility starts at the top, and it is not beneficial when you have a presidential candidate like Donald Trump telling his supporters, punch that guy in the face.
Mr. Trump said that he is prepared to pay the legal costs of an individual who sucker punched somebody at a recent event.
Thousands and thousands of people, they caused no problem. By the way, some represented Bernie, our communist friend.
But Donald Trump is literally inciting violence with his supporters.
Bluster and bigotry and bullying that he's exemplifying on the campaign trail is disturbing.
Oh, shut up, silly woman. Nobody has ever in the history of politics received the kind of negative advertising that I have.
He's been the funny guy with the weird hair, and we've all had our fun poking at the big orange Garfield who hates Mexicans instead of Mondays.
This election is going to be the political equivalent of having lunch at Panda Express. Nobody wins. But it was an exciting night for the Donald, followed by an early morning phone call about foreign policy to the gang at Morning Joe.
Since we have some dire foreign policy issues percolating around the world right now, who are you consulting with consistently so that you're ready on day one?
I'm speaking with myself, number one, because I have a very good brain. Because I have a very good brain.
Brain and brain, what is brain?
The man with two brains.
Why do I get the idea that when it comes time to pick a running mate, he's going to pick himself for that?
My whole life I've been told no matter how you may feel about someone, you respect everyone because we are all children of the same God. While it is not God's plan that I be president in 2016 or maybe ever, today my campaign is suspended.
He ran a strong, optimistic, positive campaign.
I want to congratulate Marco Rubio on having run a really tough campaign. He's tough, he's smart, and he's got a great future. He's got a great future.
There are people who I came into this race respecting and came out of the race respecting even more.
I will be, however, forced going forward to talk about some of the deep concerns I have, but today's not the day to do that.
He does this nice routine. Yeah, I want to be the grown-up in the room. I want to be
president.
Unlike the other people running, he has a real track record.
John Kasich, the only Republican with real-world experience in both foreign and domestic policy. The only candidate who balanced a budget. And most of all, the only candidate who is not one of the other candidates.
Go out and vote for my good buddy John Kasich. He's a great governor.
Only two campaigns have a plausible path to the nomination. Ours and Donald Trump's.
You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.